Hey everyone, it says Eagle Guy 9000. I'm gonna be making a live stream about these assorted road rippers and other stuff. So I did this live stream a few days on Christmas, but my crappy microphone on my phone doesn't work, and the phone's refurbished apparently. So yeah, so I had to do it on my slow iPad, which is probably old, so it's at least slower than the battery, which is stupid. I mean, I had a good reason to do it, but no, I'm forced to use this until I can switch to my new phone. So not all of these are road rippers. I bet you could road rippers or Hot Wheels or anything made by Toy State. I bet you could spot the odd one out. That's this die-cast one right here. That in about a second. And that's why my iPad crashes at least 3 times when I'm doing a stream. And that's pretty retarded. My phone only crashes about once when it's doing a stream. And it's the YouTube app, but my iPad probably has a bad battery or something, so it's causing it to be shitty. But anyway, let's get to these road rippers, Hot Wheels, and car. It's not either of those or anything like Toy State, and it's lagging like shit for no reason. Even though I'm on Wi-Fi, I have no idea why, but it's being retarded right now. So we're gonna start with the Road Rock and Rides, which I did get this from Target. I always explain where I get these from and what year it's from, so don't ask me in the comments. The battery cover, God knows where this is. I have it when made around 2010, I believe. A lot of my road rippers. Let's start with this button. It's not motorized. None of them are. But there's not much room for a motor anyway. There's a little bit of room in back there, but it's kind of pointless. This is an older one because it plays licensed music, and that's why these are more worth collecting than the newer ones, even though the newer ones are still cool. That's what it sounds like without you scratching the thing, and yes, it's been worn off. Because the car looks new, but that's the part that always gets worn off. I'm going to turn on a light because you can barely see this car. It's not helping much, but it's better than no light. I don't think so. It wasn't even clearance. The reason whenever I find an older one at a Kmart, it's because they forgot to get rid of it. Because if there's only one left, that's just old stock. It's just old stock I won't bother to buy. And I happened to get lucky with that twice. Dude, two different Kmarts. I got them in the same year, but that one I got a few months after than the HHR. And at least one of the Kmarts closed, and they're about $13. But they weren't on sale or anything like that. Let's do the Extreme Action Shark Cruiser Hot Wheel by Toy State. This was from 2015. Again, God knows where the battery cover went. I have it. I just don't know where it went, and I don't want to look for it right now. Yeah, they came in the same type of box. They used that box from 2002 to 2006. And That's the second Rotoburst box. The first one is a bit different. I believe it was made from 1997 to 2001. 1997 was when they started the Rotoburst brand. Because last year in 2017, if you look on the website, it said 20 years. But the Toy State brand, the Toy State company itself, has been going on a lot longer than that. Sorry about the bad FPS on my iPad. This is why I prefer to use my phone. But the thing about my phone is the microphone is junk for some reason. Yeah, on both of them. I'm gonna try to get some more Rotobursts off eBay if I can. I did get one a few days ago. It's gonna come in a little less than a week. Not revealing what it is. This, I don't know if it was called Secret Service or what. It's similar to the Secret Service. So I guess I'll just use them, demonstrate them together. It might have been called Secret Service also, but I don't know. Let's start with this one. They're both in mint condition besides. There's a little mark right here that's pretty recent. I don't think it had anything to do with that. I don't know how that got there. They're in pretty good shape. My non-motorized ones tend to be in good shape. I'm gonna try to get a Captain Comeback from eBay. It's the 2007 one, which has a darker grain. Because there's someone else selling one on eBay, but the starting price is $158 for some strange reason. I'm not only the max price I'd pay for Wodapur is like $50, so I'm not paying any more than that for Wodapur. Anyway, I got this one as a gift. I believe it was from Target. And it was made to 2011 because if your Wodapur has one of these numbers and you see the last two digits, that's the year it was made. But since nobody could see that too well, I'm going to put it where we can see it. Where it says 02. The two numbers after 02, which is 11. That means it was made in 2011. Unfortunately, I don't have any idea where my orange Ford was made. It doesn't have that anywhere. It doesn't even say a sticker of what year Ford F-150 license, but Toy State. But that's like it had to be made between 2002 2006. I'm guessing 2005. Yeah. Now for this one. There's a person on the inside. Detective or agent or whatever. I got this at around the same time I got the Classic Chrome, which I got them both at a TJ Maxx. Where I once saw another Homer HGT that was orange and gray, and a red, blue, silver PC Cruiser, which they both came in an orange box, but I couldn't get those. And I hid them, but they were gone when I looked for them again, and I think I saw the green Mustang there once too, but So this is the back. Tiny license plate right here. And this engine part does some interesting stuff. I don't think anyone knew about you could rev the engine on this one. Actually, I don't think it did. And that's a secret sound this makes. I don't think anyone knows about that either. But you have to hold it down or else it cancels it and makes a different sound. I only found out about that a few months ago. That's everything this one does. And I already showed this one. And I think they're both Secret Service, but I'm not entirely sure. That came from TJ Maxx, the same place as this one. Alright, this is no road upper, but it's rare. So, it's die-cast, and it's made by Sonko. And God knows where the battery cover went, and the screw. I once took it apart, and it has a decent-sized speaker. It's pretty loud. There's no room for a motor because they fit everything they possibly could in here. So we're going to start with this button. Yeah, it did. I got this at a mall years ago, and I have a purple one, but one of the wheels fell off. There's also a Toyota Supra version, but I could not find the Mazda RX-7 one online. And there was plastic right here, but the plastic covers came off right here and right here. I also learned that it's not two lights up here, but there's just one light in the middle that lights up one piece of plastic, which is kind of interesting. And there's a light back here. And the way this works is that, I can't remember. It was several years ago, though. And when you lift this up, there's a little thing that pushes on a button. And for it to continue playing this song, the button must be pressed down continually until the song stops. They need to close it and open it up again. And there's some problems with it since I opened it up now. And the wing broke off of this, which kind of sucks. The Street Sweeper came in an orange box. The interesting about the button is it's not die-cast, it's just plastic. If you look closely, it's a bit of a different color. And I'll give you a look at the back. Ton of speakers and nitrous. And I want to close it again. It's going to play a different song. No, I think I got the recharger first. I'm gonna save these when I go downstairs. There's 3 other ones I have to do, and I'm leaving the rest over here. So that's the 2002 Sonko Mazda RX-7 Street Tech. The last car I'm filming up here is the Lightning Rods Camaro. I got it from Toys R Us, 2012, I believe. And that's the same time I got, which I got from a giveaway, the Thompson Comeback Homer H3T, which I got from the same Toys R Us as this one, which is the same Toys R Us I found this Muscle Boss Turbo, but of course the wires to the speaker were broken, just like the ones on the Sunset Colored Ford Flex that I got from Walmart. They actually saved up money, and I went to the Coinstar there to turn to send the coins into cash, which is all of that, and it did not make the sound even when I flipped the mute switch. I think the wires must have been disconnected. If I would have thought about fixing that, I could have kept it, but no, I wasn't thinking about that. It was the only one left there, too. All the other ones are newer Thompson comebacks. That was the same year. Maybe the year before that. And this has the same board as the new Nissan 370Z version, but I still want that because it's the new one. So we're going to start with the engine. I got that from a giveaway. I have no idea what store they got it from. The speaker in this was actually quite loud. That one was green. This was made in 2010. Last two digits right there. Speakers in the back. Kind of an interesting spot. And it's actually freewheeling, which is interesting because I guess there's a gear that engages only when it's supposed to drive, which is kind of interesting. But sometimes if you push it backwards as towards the end of it going forward, you could like get the gear to stay engaged, which is weird. I'll show you how that looks. Don't do this too much because it makes your batteries not last as long. But look closely and you can see the gear is still engaged until you pick it back up and move it again. That was something I found kind of neat. But it's very loud. Alright, I have to take out the batteries in this one because the Muscle Boss Turbo, it looked more like a Dodge Power Wagon, but I don't think it actually was. It looked like a turbo rig, except the back of it was just a pickup truck. I was trying to get one off eBay, but I didn't. Yeah, this is a battery cover I'm using from my Mini Cooper. Kind of interesting. This is a bigger one, yet a medium-sized one. It's the same size as this motorcycle, yet it uses AAA's because the turbo. I only had one Muscle Boss that was the turbo from Toys R Us. I'm trying to get I think it's just the regular Muscle Boss, the one with 2 circle buttons. They have a few of them on eBay. I'm going to try to get at least one of them. Then there was one of 3 buttons that was licensed vehicles. Similar to what I had called the Muscle Boss Custom Rod. And then the ones with 4 buttons were called Muscle Boss Maniac. There was one of those on there, but I couldn't get that either. So, I got this from Walmart last year, I believe. For a $10 gift card. I don't know, I just never got the chance to get it. I wanted to. I also wanted to get the Rumble tractor they had there. That was the first generation one. Which, of course, I couldn't get that either. Then they had the older 10-wheel crane ones, the motorized boom. And I couldn't get either of those either. But I got the backhoe heavy duty worker from the same Kmart for Black Friday in 2013. Before they changed it to the job site machines, which are smaller but they're faster. Except for the bulldozer, the heavy duty worker version of the bulldozer is a lot faster than the job site machine version. Which I know because mine is slow as hell. But it could definitely go over quite a few things. And interesting about the heavy duty worker is that when you push the lever one way, it would move the blade on the front. But if you move it the other way, it would move the hoe in the back, which the one I have does not do that. No matter which way you move it, every other time you push it in either direction, it just rotates one way or the other way. That's kind of why I want that one, which they have a bunch on eBay. I'm carrying a lot of stuff. I have to go downstairs. Hopefully, I can. I'm gonna try to get there's a fourth eBay I'm gonna try to get. Hopefully I do. I'd love to get that because my Subaru currently doesn't work. It's a bit dark down here, so I'm gonna film two of these down here. I have a funny story about the motorcycle. I have an old video on an old phone where I made a Lego person, not a minifigure, but like a Lego person about the size of the guy that's riding this ATV. Which is, there's a couple of those ATVs on eBay, except it has a circle button instead. And I think only the guy moves on those. Which is kind of strange, but kind of cool. It's so dark down here. But yeah, in the end of the video, the guy falls off and his leg fell off. It was pretty funny. Lego guy. That's when this thing worked better than it currently does now. It's sad. Because these are nearly impossible to fix. I got this as a birthday gift. I'm not sure where my friend got it. But it was in the black box. Anyway, let's start with the Hot Wheels to induction. It's kind of like the Skitter. The older Skitter, that is. But it works a lot better than the old Skitter. It slid right into this. Yeah, I'm working on these, which is why they're right here. But the wire, I had to strip it a little bit. Strip off some of the insulation. Now I just got to solder it back because it broke when I took this out because I had to fix one of the lights, which one of the wires broke off that, which explains why it didn't work. And I had to fix this. That's the only rock and roller I have, and I've been trying to get one on eBay. And there's also a Revan Race on eBay I was trying to get that was new in box, but that one's been gone for a while. I want to show you the other things this does. I hate when people talk during my streams. Where am I gonna record? I could go outside with the ATV. This one has a bunch of problems. An interesting part is that the batteries are under this whole thing. There's a little hinge right here. It takes 3 AA's, but and the speaker's right here. Basically, has the 2 pieces of metal have to connect, which is like this spring. Yeah, and that's what causes it to work. Better lighting, and less grainy. Alright. I think these are like LEDs. They're like a whitish, greenish, yellowish. The same ones used in the turbo wheelie. The newer ones work a lot better, but there is no license plate back here. And I believe these are supposed to be the turn signals. The reason this does not work is because it doesn't do the wheelie all the way, because it waits for the wheelie thing to go back down, and because it doesn't always do it, that's why it gets stuck.
Ninja wheelie time!
Because it takes too long to pop it up.
Ninja wheelie time!
Not only that, but I remember this being a little bit faster than it is.
Ninja wheelie time!
Yeah, you could skip the whole part.
Ninja wheelie time!
But I'm not sure how I can fix it so it works as well as it did when I got it. I'm not sure why it stopped working so well. It's not like I left it where it was getting worn out. The ATV problem is that I'm on Wi-Fi and I can't get mobile data on this thing. Mobile data tends to be pretty bad anyway. Data caps suck. Let me go outside. Oh, let's listen to the song one more time. Yeah, sometimes I use this little stand I made. Just so you can see a water burst stay perfectly still, or appear to stay perfectly still in its full glory. And so, but we're going outside because this ATV goes a very, very, very long distance. Well, for a road ripper, it does. It's not the fastest one, but well, first I'm gonna tell you some interesting things about it. I got it about 2013 at a different TJ Maxx. This came in the orange box and only has one button. But to make up for that, it goes a very long distance. You could also take off the tires, and the wheel and the rims and tires are wider in the back. But you could put the wider ones you could put the wider tires in the front. You can make them face backwards so they don't say road rippers. When you look at it, they're actually quite small, a lot smaller than they look. This thing was made in 2009, but again, stores like that tend to have old stock. But it does not say 2009 or any of that on the battery cover. It says on the part that's covering the motor, which this thing's kind of a pain to take apart, put together. When I did it, it's not terribly difficult. And since I don't want the plastic tires to scrape around on the sidewalk, I'm gonna do that right here. So watch as I take off the tires pretty easily. I even managed to take off the tires of the monster trucks once. It did not work too well. I mean, I got them back together, but like, it's time consuming. You can see how small these really are. And yes, the rear ones are a little bit wider. As you can see. Oh yeah, that's another feature nobody really talks about or knows about. You could stop it at any time by pressing it again. So if you want to not go too far, you could stop it, which is pretty neat. Ever wanted to see an ATV do a burnout? Well, this one can't because it never goes fast enough. And if it did, it would strip the gears. Because look what it does to the gears when you make it go back and forth like that. A little too fast. Anyway, let's let it go. It's kind of funny looking. It can barely go over stuff now. It can't even get over my head. It can go over that a little bit, but then it stops. With tires, it's gonna go over quite a bit. I think you can handle stuff better than the monster truck series. This has a good amount of torque. Being that's a way that's well made. Usually doesn't have a lot of torque. But anyway, unless they wanted it that way. Now we're gonna try it with the big tires in front, which they don't really fit anyway. So I think we'll just skip that. But let's put the tires back on so we can go outside and film this, making this full journey with the tires. Yesterday I could not do this because it was raining. And it wasn't enough rain to damage these things, but it wasn't enough where the lighting just became shitty and I could not film in those conditions because lighting was a bit bad yesterday. It's probably still overcast, but at least it's not raining. This one I don't have to worry about as much because the speaker is not on top, or the speaker hole's not on top. But usually the speaker hole on top, then the speaker is too. Perfect. Now I can head outside with this. And I might want to bring my key. So I know you want to see me film this thing because it's the only one I've seen on YouTube. I still don't. I tried winning one on eBay. And the bid somehow like $200. So yeah, maybe I'll find one at well, there's no Savers near me. That one that was closed. But there's plenty of other places I could look for one. eBay a few years ago had the Escalade, which I couldn't get either. They even had the Victory Lap Monte Carlo around the same time, which I couldn't get that either. I finally saw one And sometime a few months ago, I saw one picture of one. Damn, I wish this was on eBay. But yeah, I still don't have one. I should have had one already, but I don't. And there's actually two different versions of the Totally Tuned. There's a earlier version and a later version. I think the later version has the wing. And they look similar, but they're a bit different. They're shaped a bit differently. One's more round. I mean, it's overcast, but it's not raining, so I'm not too worried about this because it's not raining. I just can't go too far from my house because Wi-Fi issues. It's hard to film doing this. Alright. Oh, we're finally outside. That took long enough. It tends to be better that way. Okay, got stuck. That's good. Actually, does a pretty good job out here, though. This is like my only woodworker that could pull off something kind of like this. It can't really and it was hard because I can't get Wi-Fi out here very well. Like I could sit in my car and I can get Wi-Fi, and I can't get it. So yeah, this is one of my more interesting woodworkers because just the fact that it goes such a long distance. And I can't do a video about that car kit because I need model glue. So I'll do that. I'll live stream me putting together the car with the model glue. I haven't found a video of one just like this on YouTube yet. But that's about it for this live stream, so thanks for watching.